Channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Let's have a little bit of this. I get the big Bob Marley joint. Look at this. Here, try this.
Carl, I really don't do this very often.
You're gonna love this. Is dynamite hack. Watch out for this.
Maybe one drag.
Say you're in a Caribbean bungalow and you're kind of high. An exotic woman on the bed.
It's a little harsh.
Now, is she just the high-priced whore you asked for? Or is she an assassin?
Here. Cannonball. Right back.
Here's room service. Who ordered champagne?
How should I know?
Exactly. You're baked. You can't remember.
And then one more, he's right on top of Cannonball. Cannonball coming.
Point is, you come out of the John waving this around, nobody's gonna bug you for a tip.
Oh, shit. Oh, what's up, baby? What is up? I don't know who, everybody. Perfect. I actually just did that. I was cleaning. I was cleaning all morning. Yeah, Carl, you stupid, retarded motherfucker. God, I wish I kept that. God, I wish I kept that one. All right. I'm going to get right the fuck into it because I don't have a ton of time here. I do have a hard out in an hour and 40. But I came across some first, actually. Sorry. They're probably just going to 18 it over this anyway. Oh, yeah. Shit. I'm not doing it this year. I should be. Maybe I will. I did it last year. There's a place just across the street that sells the fresh ones. It's nice. Anyway. Bong appetit, motherfuckers. Que bueno. Que motherfucking bueno. All right. Booyakasha. All right. So let's dip right into it. Our house was hit by Jody. Our house was hit, or Century Home Project now. God, I hate how they do that with the hand. I just wish they gave anyway, whatever. Our house was hit by a tornado 8 years ago. We were out of the house for a year. When we moved back in, I put all the Christmas stuff in the attic, finally decided to pull it out. That sounds way better than my laziness. A lot better than my laziness. Okay. So, well, I'm glad. My kids will be here in a few days. So, no, but I wish he was still around. I miss the tut.
Well, no, it's not, you fucking retard.
Really miss the tut. So, Dan Crenshaw is a congressman, right? Texas congressman. He didn't like something that Shawn Ryan, if you guys, I'm assuming you guys know who Shawn Ryan is, right? Huge podcaster, 18. But that's what I'm saying. This show should be over 18 anyway. Oh my God. I can't wait. It's just nice because my family's here, so they get grandparents and then friends and then my friends' kids that they're friends with and shit like that. It just, when I go to Virginia to visit them, I just go hang out with them, blah, blah, blah. It's just a lot more here. Anyway, plus it's way easier to get around St. Louis, and there's a lot more to do. Once my son started driving, he was like, oh, because I used to bitch about, I still bitch about, if you've ever been to Charlottesville, Virginia, it is one of the worst laid out, I mean, town. It's a town. It's a town, college town, but it's laid out horribly. It takes forever to get across. And then when my son started driving here in St. Louis, started driving somewhat recently, a year ago. And he was like, oh, now I get what you mean. St. Louis is so easy. Crenshaw, I don't like. I didn't remember Pete Davidson made on Saturday Night Live. Pete Davidson, this was fucking years ago, made a joke and said that Dan Crenshaw looks like an evil villain in a porn movie. And Crenshaw got so pissed that he made Pete apologize publicly for it. Like, first of all, fuck you. It's a joke. Pretty funny one. Reasonably funny. Crenshaw is litigious. So he didn't like what Shawn Ryan said. And so then he sent a cease and desist letter. I want you guys to look at, to see if you're seeing the comparables that I see between what JJ Scarborough and Amber Brown are trying to do and threatening to YouTubers that comment on them in their public service. JJ is putting out, I mean, look, JJ does this every, year and a half? 18 months ago, he said the same shit. Everybody's getting, Finkel, his new best buddy, was getting a Rico. Also, are Finkel and GS fucking? What is going on with them? Both of them act like they have never met another person in real life. It is insanity how they are acting. I mean, it literally is like, oh my God, I didn't know. How did you not know that people could be nice or that people could be somewhat duplicitous, be nice to your face and talk some shit? How do you not know that? Both of these dudes are acting like they have never met anybody in real life ever. It's out of control. GS was talking about, I ducked in. Was it this morning? Whatever. I think he's live right now, right? And he was like, I was happy to make you breakfast, Steve. Because now they're best buddies. So he's using Finkel's real name, Steve. So he's like, I was proud to make you breakfast, Steve. After you fucked? What is going on with you two? Fucking hilarious. Anyway, JJ and Amber do not like what is being pointed out about them in their professional positions. Look, do you think anybody would give a fuck about JJ and Amber if they weren't elected, if he wasn't an elected official and she wasn't his subordinate that he fucks? And as a public official, he does. I'm glad. I got to be honest. I'm okay with well, it's not, nobody's looking for me for, I think the Finkel wrinkle, I think the Steve wrinkle in this is funny. It kind of adds a new flavor. There's like a whole realignment going on, kind of, right? I don't know how many in here. It feels like we got a lot of crossover. If you Hill Pirate Studios, Jeff show was really funny the other night. So go check that out. But there's a whole realignment thing going on. But most important, I just wanted to talk about that's just drama stupidity. I just think it's hilarious that the Finkel GS shit. Not hilarious that they're friends. Not that it's crazy. No, it fits perfectly. I just think it's hilarious how those two are acting like they're fucking. JJ and Amber horrific sex life is 100% legal to talk about. They're fucking each other on the public dime. I agree. Oh, sorry, I didn't pull it up. I agree. Who gives a shit if they worked at McDonald's or something? I don't know. Who cares? You know? Or if she was a librarian, and even if he was elected official. Now, that wouldn't take away the very, very, very shady dealings that he got caught up in with that audit, and the way he does his truck and his phones and stuff. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is Finkel doesn't deny it. But I don't care about the politics. I just think it's funny that those two dorks, fucking, both of them are, Finkel's what, 60? Todd is close to that. And these two are fucking rubbing dicks. But, to back. So Crenshaw is trying to silence and threatening litigation to Shawn Ryan. What is JJ doing? This JJ and Amber, I mean, we'll pull up Amber's thing. I got the lawsuit, the whole deal or whatever. I cleaned this morning, so I got it out of the way. But okay, let's just watch this and see how it looks when Crenshaw does it. And really, how is it any different than what JJ's doing? Maybe it is. I don't know. But to me, it doesn't. Well, my guess is I got told that dude is aware. That dude is aware of JJ's stuff, to include that. But here's the well, listen, I'm only bragging about it because I so rarely do it. But also true. Shit, now I forgot what. Hey, Bernsey. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, okay.
So now he's kind of forced me to act. But he goes a lot further.
That I'm going up against Crenshaw is I am sick and tired of watching government officials and people in high places try to silence and bully regular American citizens. I'm sick of seeing it. Somebody's got to stand up to the.
It happens at all levels, guys. Just because JJ is a low-level elected official, corrupt yokel jailer, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. People in power look to silence you and look to silence criticism. And oftentimes they have closer access to the legal and court system than you do. And like JJ is trying to weaponize that. Forget the Chris Reiter thing. All of that is goddamn nonsense. All of it is fucking nonsense. Just take away the Chris Reiter aspect of it. JJ and Amber, two government officials, one elected, one hired, still a government. What's the difference between Amber and a county clerk as far as government official? She's a government official. They don't like people criticizing them. It's been a while. Come on. It's been at least a year. But I did do it. So, it's fair game. It's fair game. Yeah, girl, what's going on? Anyway, let's finish watching this.
It might as well be me.
All right. This is not the response I expected from Congressman Dan Crenshaw regarding Shawn Ryan.
Hey, everyone. All right.
Also, I can say this because JJ and Amber have filed a suit in small claims court against Reiter, and they're threatening to do it against Georgia Transparency. I assume me. I don't know. But Boquist. They keep bringing Boquist's name up. So, unfortunately, I do too, and I feel regret for it. But I try not to think about it. I'm like, well, if I just stream a lot more, people forget about it. Yeah.
On my way out of DC after a long week where we have real work to do. Been working all week on solving the healthcare issue in America. So
again, watch how similar Crenshaw is to JJ. It's not, I didn't want to do this. I have big, important things to do. No, I didn't want to get into a YouTube slap fight with a raging doofus. No, I got important things to do. Oh, yeah. Oh, whoops. It's somewhat similar to my parents' place. That fireplace is obviously way better. They don't have a lake there though. At this one. Right? But it's the same shit. I got so much shit to do. They filed 5 criminal charges against you for the exact same thing. Yesterday, the charges read almost exactly the same as the lawsuit. I gotta say though, Chris, you kind of didn't you try to do this to GS, dude? Didn't you try and do this to GS? I mean, you kind of open yourself up to it. I get it. It doesn't make what they're doing right. I agree. It does not make what they're doing right, but you kind of open yourself up to it, right? So you got to be somewhat prepared. You got to. I mean, you can't go in with clear eyes if you're going to start playing lawfare with these fuckers. But let's get back to this. So Crenshaw has so much extra shit. I didn't want to get into a YouTube slap fight. Crenshaw is one of the biggest drama llamas outside of KFAR.
It'll shut down the government again in January. I hate doing these kind of videos because that's distracting from that work I just told you about. Because this video is unfortunately not about that work. It's about Shawn Ryan blowing up the internet last night, talking about me. And so I'm going to respond to that.
Let's look at this.
Okay, I'll let Jameson. This is Jameson Travels. He can. I'll let him explain it a little bit here, but Shawn Ryan said something that didn't even mention his name. Dan Crenshaw sent a text message that said, "I'm going to send SEAL Team 6 to you," basically, and then send a cease and desist. I don't know. They're elected again because the truth of the matter is nobody gives a fuck what happens on YouTube. You know what I mean? People in real life just don't seem. I mean, there's a lot of people on YouTube, and when people are on YouTube, they care a lot about all of this stuff. Me included. I mean, I'm talking about it, right? But I don't think people outside of YouTube give a fuck about what people are doing on YouTube. It's weird though. Also, that mayor was there taking advice from at the time a 5-time convicted felon, currently actually 11. I was saying 10 the other day. I think it's 11 right now. You got 6 more. 11 felony convictions. He was like, "Hey, you can sue GT." All righty. Okay, got to go put you on the big screen and clean. The cat loves your voice, so she'll run out and watch you. I'll be listening. So everyone behave and hit that like button. Thank you very much. Lyrical animals.
Now get your ugly white ass out of here.
Beat it. I mean, this is here. I'll play. I gotta play it. So instead of talking it here.
Structurally, what started this, Dan? It was your response to something Shawn said long ago. Shawn has an opinion about how congressmen get wealthy on their salary. He had an opinion on your birthday party with a megastar DJ. And you're in the power position, and then you come at Shawn the legal letter. So, Dan, I believe you started. That's trying to understand the dynamics here. And Dan seems to be digging the hole deeper each word here.
I'm going to give you the context, and I'm going to save you the time to watch his 8-minute rambling video.
And is there a need to make Shawn look like that? But Dan is the position of authority and takes an image of Shawn and makes him look like that. Doesn't seem, it's not what I expect.
She's my cinnamon girl. She's also married, so not really mine.
I like this woman. She got balls. I like that.
What are you going to do?
The fuck are you going to do? What's up? Hope hubby's good. Hope AVN is good too.
I'm disappointed.
Yo, I kind of give you the facts here. This whole saga with Shawn Ryan started just over a year ago.
Fast forward a couple years, and they got Steve Aoki DJing their 40th birthday party. How does that happen?
I know a big factor is the insider trading.
No, I've never met Shawn. We never served together. I don't know why he's got an issue with me. Maybe it's politics. He did very positively platform Gavin Newsom, of all people. He even gave him a gun to try and make him more appealable to maybe center-right voters.
Again, it's JJ. It's the shit. It's the same shit. Crenshaw's doing it a bit more articulately but it is the same goddamn shit. Instead of addressing the criticism, really, you're a public figure. You're an elected official. Ignore it. Just ignore it.
I don't know. I don't know what his intent is or.
By the way, if you can't ignore it, don't be an elected official or a government employee. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm on this Florida Kush. Old school, right? Bring it in. I got fucked up yesterday on the live stream. I was seriously stoned. I was forgetting that I was like just talking to Hippie. I hope it didn't come across as like crazy or whatever. And then I was talking with Hippie afterwards, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, somehow it was a mix of, oh, also, by the way, I got coffee in here too. I got my cold brew. That's my cold brew. What the fuck? I was telling Hippie, I was like, man, I'm that like the first time you get you get really stoned and you're like, oh yeah, oh shit, I get it. Okay. I was that way for a good fucking 2 hours probably after the show. It was one of the first times where I was like, oh, this is impaired. Like I am impaired. Like I'm not relaxed and pain free. I'm not a little giggly. I am fucking impaired. I got this. In fact, hold on. I'm going to show you guys. All right. I don't know if they sell this. If it's called Time Off, and it looks like a booze bottle, right? It is a tart and juicy THC infused refresher with bright raspberry and a subtle floral lift. I was weed fucked up. I wasn't drinking or anything. I fucked up. I just mean like, I was like, I don't know. That's why I was like, okay, good. Show's over. I don't want to be this like loopy on air anymore, I guess. But this shit in some seltzer water is fucking fantastic. It is packs a powerful punch though. I was tasting it and I was watching this other show, Uncle Rico's comedy show, and I was like, oh my God. I've been getting really high from weed. I've been taking it easier on it. Maybe that's it. I don't know, man. Anyway, what's up, baby? All right, back to this. But this shit's good. I recommend. It's again, Time Off. I have no stake in these motherfuckers or anything. In fact, they're probably technically going to be a competitor. But this shit is fucking good. This shit is good if you can find it, and it's nice to have it in a cocktail kind of thing. But be careful. It is. Hey, what's up, Ted? Fugazi's World. Ted, I'm not high enough to want to eat that gummy. Pow. Hi, Zakat is the only way to YouTube. Member por 17 meses. Shukran jaziran, ya habibi.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Why are you gay?
In the end, I done some PCP.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Ted. Cool. Stop mixing weed with crack. Well, yeah. This Florida Kush strain is really good. I don't know. I mean, maybe I ate before. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess I just the water pipe. I hadn't taken hits off a water pipe in a while. Maybe that did it. Anyway, let's get back to this. I mean, part of the reason I wanted to show this too is it's hilarious to me how all of this shit. Look, the Meade County shit, the JJ Amber shit, whatever, Chris Reiter, all of that is hyper localized, right? It's hyper localized. It's in real life and on YouTube. It's not a fuck ton of people that care about it, truthfully. I mean, what's a good video gonna get 1,000 on something, covering Chris or whatever? 1,000 some change, maybe. That's not that many. But all this same shit goes on at all levels. It's really interesting to me. Yeah, I don't stay the fuck away for me. No, it's not even doesn't affect your life, because the truth is Crenshaw and Shawn Ryan doesn't affect my life either. It is that, which is why the not affecting your life thing is why it's interesting to me to watch people literally what the fuck? Oh, God damn it. Radicalize themselves. Jesus Christ. One hit and radicalize themselves on either side. It's really the auditor anti-auditor thing too, right? They have no stake in it at all. There's no real effect. And then they're driving halfway across the country to go to the thing. It's weird to me. It's also interesting though that to watch people who have never ever met Chris Reiter, probably never, most have never been on a panel with him, so they've never talked to him. They want him dead. They want the dude dead. Think about how ridiculous that is. Is Chris annoying? Yes. It can. Does it appear that Chris can be a nuisance when he deals with government people? Yep. Do I condone any of that? Absolutely not. But dead? Come on. They're fucking. Kelly, they're totally fucking. Man, it's the same way. I mean, look, the truth is, Susie, because you came over from the Ernie thing, right? When I first started, when I covered, not when I first started covering Ernie, but when I started covering him more and like more often, I could feel myself getting pissed off at him. And I'm like, what am I doing? Who cares? It's not who cares. I mean, these people are shitty people. It's not who cares in that sense, but I'm like, why am I letting myself get fucking angry at this fucking sewer rat? Who gives a but it's weird. YouTube does that. It gives a sense of over familiarity, which while at the same time distancing you. So you become over familiar with Chris and Tiffany and all their fucking shit going on. While at the same time, most people are anonymous. They don't cam up. They don't use a real name or anything, which is fine, obviously. And then they just hurl shit at him. That GE Swag J, that guy is off his fucking rocker. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously, that guy has been anger trolling this channel since fucking bacon. But that dude's nuts. Like, it's not just him. It's like, how do you get yourself so wrapped up in this?
I'm not sure if Dan wants to resolve this situation or keep poking at Shawn. It doesn't seem like he's able to say, hey, let me give you an olive branch, just part ways friends, and explain my situation. This is a response, and they're supposed to get together, their lawyers, maybe January 2nd, and hash.
Yeah. It's weird, man. He's really strangely emotional and angry, and appears to be on YouTube as much as not more as Todd. But whatever. I don't, again, at the end of the day, that doofus doesn't fucking affect me whatsoever. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe JJ and Amber are suing me. I mean, I hope not. Good luck. I don't know what the fuck you're going to get. A 2017 Volkswagen. My dog. So, I don't know. Not that I want them to sue me or anything, but it's not going to do anything.
Shit out. But there's nothing to hash out here. It's very simple. We'll get to that.
Why he's angry with me. But about a year ago, he took this indirect swipe at me. And I say indirect because he didn't mention me by name. He just said, hey, congressman getting rich and, they can afford things like Steve Aoki at their birthday party. That can't be cheap. And that's so he accused me of hiring Steve Aoki.
Hey, you guys remember when few months ago, GS had a fever dream of violence, of killing just dogs. You guys remember that? These guys are nut jobs. They're all stupid. I wish I didn't fucking find it interesting to watch stupid people who think they're smart work themselves up into a frenzy to the point that they're now suing each other. You know? Like, holy shit. It's kind of it. Yeah. I mean, no, they're not getting Stella. You're getting everything before I give up my bitch. Nah, man, when I get a bitch, I got a bitch. You know, I keep her looking fly, pretty, and all that, but no dough, but no treats. I give her a treat. She wake up in the morning when she's subject to go crazy. It's really what, and by the way, it's all over YouTube. Again, it's not. We look at a local, very hyper localized thing, you know, here and the other channels that cover all of this or talk about it. But it goes on everywhere. Everybody is suing everybody on YouTube. It's really not good at all. I don't condone Chris's shit. I don't condone JJ. I don't condone any of it. I think it's all fucked up. And I think it makes you look like a pussy, to be honest.
Famous and probably expensive GJ to play.
Well, that would be true, right? You had Steve Aoki at your birthday, and we've seen several congressmen get very wealthy. The Congress math doesn't work for the rest of us. I think that's a reasonable statement from a taxpayer. I have the same questions. And Dan, you could just say, hey, those congressmen aren't me. Here's what I've done, and solve the problem very succinctly. That could happen. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening.
Private party for myself. By the way, not true at all. I did go to a Steve Aoki performance with a bunch of friends and supporters, but paid tickets just like everybody else. So no idea why he's obsessed with that story, but he is. And so I sent him a DM, private DM. I didn't publicly say anything to him. And in that DM, well, I said this. Said exactly this. I said, hey, Shawn, you have the ability to contact your fellow team guy if you've got a problem with me or have questions about how I'm quote unquote getting rich. Some of my boys at 6 told me about your indirect swipe at me. From the comment you made, it seems like you have some beliefs that are based on trendy narratives instead of facts. Okay, so that's the only thing I ever sent him. He never responded, never asked any more questions. Don't think he was very interested in the truth. In a year,
if you're not in Team 6, Dan wasn't, then why would you say your boys in 6? It just doesn't make sense on its face. It does seem odd. I can see Shawn's perspective. It's like, hey, my boys at the IRS I was talking to. You're like, whoa, hold on. Same kind of deal.
Later, like very recently, goes back on his podcast, makes the same kind of statements about hiring Steve Aoki and all this nonsense. But of course, does name me this time. So now he's kind of forced me to act. But he goes a lot further. And this is where it gets interesting. And this is why he got a letter from my lawyers.
Okay.
Because he says that message that I just read to you was actually a threat to assault him.
Again, is there a need to make Shawn's image like that? I feel threatened. Is that what it's? Are we trying to fix this problem here, Dan?
Again, what does this kind of look like? It looks like JJ against Chris a little bit. Again, I'm not. Oh, it's weird in this world that it feels like everybody takes sides. I don't know. Anyway, but it feels like the JJ and Chris thing, right? But JJ just did it through Kaiser. This is all very similar. It's all really similar. It's funny. And Crenshaw demanded, I don't remember if Jameson talks. Let's talk it first. I don't have too much of this. What did Crenshaw do? He demanded that I almost said Chris, that Shawn Ryan make a formal apology, something else, and take down all of his and take down stuff that has him in it or whatever, and or take down the original thing and make a formal apology and something else. Very similar. Kaiser made the demand on Chris. Hey, you know what? If you stay out of Meade County and stop criticizing JJ, we'll stop going after you. I mean, that's what that is. What is that? That's trying to intimidate Chris to stop. And by the way, they said it to they said it to me. They were putting me on a RICO. I was getting sued by Amber and Anya and Billy. That apparently, let's see, that happened. Again, I'm not trying to bait them. Like, I'm not GT. I'm not trying to bait them into suing me. I don't want to go to court, but it's the same shit, man. It's trying to use your position of power to intimidate somebody criticizing you. Now, again, is Chris annoying in his criticism? Sure. Yeah, I agree. I literally never watch him. He is often funny when he comes into the chat. So that's cool or whatever. Somebody that I talked to offline said, hey, Chris has to get your number, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck no. Do not give that dude my fucking phone number. I appreciate the person asked. No offense, Chris. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like a year and a half ago. Within days, Billy, under some sock, I forget what the sock account was, Gay Falcax or some shit like that, or Fat Gamer, that's what it was, said that he drove in a Prius, that he drove him and his family to California and sat in the lobby of YouTube until they talked to this is true that he said this. There are, what do we got? 24 people. If you hadn't heard this before, the other 23 people can verify this. He said that they got in a Prius, waited in the lobby of YouTube for days until they could talk to the CEO of YouTube, who said he said was going to take my channel down soon. Yeah. Again, I'm not asking for anybody to come after my channel. 24 people are watching. Nobody's watching. They're throwing around lawsuits for under 1,000 people. And how many, if 1,000 people watch one of Chris's videos, right? First of all, a lot of people hate Chris. So no matter what the fuck he says, they're going to hate, right? So a bunch of those are going to be hate watchers. How much effect does that really even have on Meade County? They're acting like Meade County is under siege. JJ and Amber are suing motherfuckers. It's crazy. Of course. He also said he wasn't going to make posters. Well, I'm going to go with this, Jody. None of it was true. That was one of the funnier things. That was really one of the funnier fucking things. Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel the same way. I disagree with the dude. I don't pay attention enough to have an agreement or disagreement with him. I think it's pretty easy to see that JJ is weaponizing the levers of power against Chris for whatever, and that has escalated everything into what we are now. It's the same way with Dan Crenshaw. It's like JJ's like, these idiots wouldn't even know how to run. I run a multi-million-dollar enterprise. How would they know what to do?
Take advice from fucking losers? Fuck that!
Right? That's how JJ was. But then at the same time, he's completely worried about anything anyone says about him. It's again, it was just like Amber in the testimony. 1 minute she's a boss bitch. Literally the next sentence she's a dumb broad who doesn't know shit about her job. Yeah, General Alex. I gotta say though, probably so. This is probably fact, regardless of this other shit. I am kind of a menace. I think I heard them call me a bully channel. Bully channel. I'm not in Discord. I am on Facebook, but I don't interact on Facebook. I don't interact with anybody. I really don't. There are two of you that I occasionally will text with. Like, that's it. I haven't responded to an email in months. It has zero to do with nothing personal. I don't interact with. Who's bullying? if you don't want to hear what Chris Reiter is saying about Meade County, turn him off. Shut it down. But now JJ has GS gassed up that it's the fucking oh god damn it, man. what's it? The rapture. All right, I need a. Yeah, I don't. Hippie's good on there. I go on there because Hippie does for a while. He was doing a lot of posts where he was writing out his experiences from Iraq, and they were really cool and thoughtful. And that was it, though. I was like, God, I fucking hate Facebook. I was in on it. Yeah. And look, yeah, you can literally not watch. I don't, it makes it easier. If you're gonna get pissed off,
are we trying to throw fire on the problem? Shawn had some questions. He could have answered the questions very politely as a public servant, as a congressman in the position of power, and they could have gone away. That doesn't seem like is what Dan wants, does it? Let me know in the comments. Does Dan want to resolve this or just show he's in control because he is a sitting member of Congress?
Again, JJ and Amber, it's the same shit. Did JJ and Amber want to resolve this, or do they want to show that they are better? And by better, it's you are doing you're a criminal, we are not. That's what they're doing. They're trying to show they have power. All of this is a power dynamic. All of it is just a power dynamic. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. They all did. They wanted, whatever. Still here. Nothing's happened. Again, I'm not asking. I'm not begging. I'm not GT. I'm not trying to bait you into suing me. JJ and Sharmuta. I'm not trying to fucking bait you into suing me.
With my boys at SEAL Team 6. Now, I just read it to you. It doesn't say anything like that. It's not remotely threatening. It's not even an aggressive message. No reasonable person could possibly interpret it that way.
No reasonable person would say my boys at SEAL Team 6 or 6 unless you worked at 6, right? Like Dan did not. So it would be odd. It was like saying my boys that are in the mafia or my boys that are in the IRS. It just, were you involved?
There's no such thing as a mafia. I don't know why you keep bringing it up.
After that? No, but they're my boys. It's an odd statement. It's odd word choice. And he knows it's odd. And he used it for a reason. At least that's what Shawn's perception was, right? I think that's a fair assessment. Coming from a person in power, person with authority. It's a little concerning. I could see Shawn's point.
You're publicly accusing me of a crime conspiring to get a bunch of SEALs together and go commit assault. It's a really serious accusation. I as much as I'd like to ignore it, I have a daughter who's going to read this kind of stuff one day.
Guess who else said that? Rob O'Neill, the SEAL. More vet bro drama, by the way. More YouTubers suing another YouTuber, by the way. Rob O'Neill of SEAL Team 6, who claims he shot bin Laden, and then Brent Tucker, and who's now with the Tier 1 podcast, was on Anti-Hero. He is suing Brent Tucker and others for $25 million for what they were saying. And he brought up his daughter. He's like, my daughter was asking me if I'm a liar. Why are these guys bringing up your daughter? Shawn did not bring up your daughter. Again, how similar is all of this to the whole JJ and Chris thing? People's daughters are getting brought up like for no reason. Kids are being weaponized for emotional fucking thing. It is nuts. Oh yeah, Burnsy. Yeah, that is happening. Apparently he is suing. The biggest name is Brent Tucker, who I don't know who else. I mean, the other guy, I feel bad for the Anti-Hero podcast because that other guy started it, brought Brent on. Brent became the show, and he just became the other guy. I feel bad for him. But that's how I remember. I know he's suing the other guy too. He's suing some people. It is. I don't understand truthfully, I don't understand the desire to go real life, real world on it. I feel like laughing, which is why, again, you're not ever going to find me on Discord. And it's not because I have sock accounts. I'm not on there. I don't go other places and fucking talk. It's people are doing it because it feels like it gives them power because their ideas and their words aren't getting through or something. I don't know. It's really, for some odd reason, it's become the fucking thing to do right now. I agree. I agree. Damn it. What was I don't have an I agree one. I have a lot of fuck yous.
Fuck you. Take advice from fucking losers? Fuck that! I say eat a dick and continue to enjoy your dick eating experience.
Also, by the way, I'm not passing judgment on people that are. I am not. But I am not. I just don't do it. Also, since I'm on here, it becomes all encompassing. So even when back in the day, even when I wasn't on Discord ever, I interacted with a bunch of people that were. And so I would get Discord stuff, information. And I just, it felt like I couldn't, I'm like, stop. There's too much fucking noise. There's too much of this. I just like fucking laughing at these guys, pointing out hypocrisies, having fun, just watching. Plus, I'm really just fascinated that with manipulation and liars and all of this, and then power, you get to see again, power is wieldiness. Dan Crenshaw is trying to weaponize his power in government and his stature in government to silence a critic, a vocal critic, but a critic.
She's got to know the truth. And you, the voters, have to know the truth.
Okay.
And so I told my lawyers, send him the letter, ask him to retract. Of course, he hasn't and won't, or says he won't. And so here we are in this silly, exhausting, social media battle and potentially legal battle that just never needed to happen.
You wanted him to retract it, take down the video, make a public apology. I know that's your lawyer's demands. A lot of demands here. Instead of saying, Shawn, here's what happened, just explain it. Here's how I afforded Steve Aoki. Here's how I afforded all these lavish things on my salary. That's how it works. I don't know the rest of the Congress people. Would have gone away, right? Instead, Dan seems to have lashed out. This is an ongoing thing Dan does. He lashes out at people on Twitter, now in a video. Was this video a good idea? Let me know in the comments. Was this a good idea for Dan?
And in the first place. So, Shawn, you know what the truth is. You know you never took that as a threat. You know you were embellishing. You know you wanted to get a little extra clicks on the show to just, because saying Dan.
I don't know that Shawn needs a little extra clicks by using Dan. Now, that video did well for Shawn. But it's bigger than Dan. It's about the power structure coming down on an individual who's got an opinion.
Boom. It's about the power structure coming down on an individual because he has an opinion. No, he's the villain in a porn movie. To steal Pete Davidson's joke. I don't like Crenshaw. I don't like him at all. I thought I did, and then he is very sensitive. And I initially thought his sensitivity to shit was him trying to kind of make a name or whatever, and nope. Also, he's anti-marijuana, and so fuck him. I think he's just plain fucking weird. He is plain fucking weird. But to go back again, it's about the power structure coming down on an individual to silence them. I mean, it feels like, again, I don't have granular knowledge of the Chris situation. It feels like Chris played into their hands a bit. It definitely feels like Chris played into their hands, got emotional, and now they are where they are, where both of them are shitty. But But I do want to go back to Discord. I just couldn't. My problem was I was trying to deal with PTSD. I was just trying to deal with a bunch of shit. And actually, it was the opposite. I didn't want to deal with a bunch of shit. And so all of the overload of YouTube and information, I felt like I had the propensity to go too much into it. Like how much I covered Kaiser, like how often I covered, it was like too much. And I was like, okay, I can see that. I mean, in a way, it's sort of like booze for me. It was like, okay, I don't physically crave it. I don't need it. But I definitely, if I don't watch it, I will abuse it. And so for me, it's just easier to be on here. That way, I'm also, it keeps me out of shit. But I don't mean that as, anybody who's on there or whatever, good to go. That's cool. It was both. It was both, and you get dopamine hits off of it. We were getting a bunch of views and whatever, but then I don't know, whatever. I don't get it, but it was fun. And also it got most of you here. It was I mean, honestly, I think about it and it was like, God, those are some crazy times. Also, that was when I was still fucking jacked up on speed all the fucking time. Oh God, what a fucking crazy, terrible. Anyway, I was on speed all the time. And then I was living in like these long-term Airbnbs because I was trying to find a place with my kid, next to my kids and everything, moving back down from DC. And I just was out of my mind, but it was a lot of fun. It was fun stream sniping him and having a big crew. Yeah, chat was totally insane back then. No mods. We've never had mods here. So like it was a lot of back and forth. It was fucking it was a squad bay. It was a fucking squad bay for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's an era of all of this where I look back and think, you know what? I wouldn't be here without all of that, but I don't need to go back to that. Man. So there it is. 6 Oaks. Chris feels the need to defend himself where he could have just shut the fuck up and let the naysayers expose themselves. His response only took attention from what shitheads they are and gave them content. Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of that. I feel like, Chris has said that in here, he's like, well, I got to defend myself. And, I do. When I think about this situation a bit, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if they were coming after me in the same fucking way. I don't. But what I realized is, and this kind of ties back into the not being on Discord and all that shit, is that I just work really hard to not put myself in those situations, that kind of this channel or myself in that kind of even situation. I mean, he's got 5 years, right? 5 for sure. Like, or can he get less time? Can he get 5 and then the reduction? I don't know. If he gets a reduction on that, he'll be back on YouTube. Yeah, and your guitar stuff, it's always fun. Who's Bobby Bonds? Is that Rights On? That it yeah. Yeah, it is he like JJ, meaning Crenshaw? It's a crime to do anything but kneel before him. Dude, Crenshaw epitomizes to me the SEALs that I hated. I couldn't stand being around those dudes. This type of SEAL. He's all of it. And 15 years probation. Yeah. Okay, he's got to complete the 5. Okay. Plus the 15 years probation. Yeah. Kaiser back on here in 4 years could be nuts. Yeah, he's going to get fucked. I mean, the hard part with it is, and not to get this prison reform, but it, in a way, But again, he made life choices. He made a lot of life choices for well over a decade. Well over a decade. He didn't just fuck up and break into the place where he worked. I mean, since 2009, he started catching cases. So, you know, he deserves what he gets. But I don't know how you wouldn't fuck up with the situation. First of all, who the fuck is going to hire him? He's going to have to be on YouTube. And that is going to be for interesting shit. God, I hope he comes back on YouTube. YouTube is going to fucking crush him when he comes back. If he comes back. Well, guess what? A lot of times, Jody, those things are synonymous. The Navy SEALs are the fucking wide receivers of the military. I know that's telling a gay guy that. It's different. Not wide. He's a wide out. I don't know. Quarterback throws to these guys. I don't know. Do gays know football? Homophobia, clip it. But yes, SEALs are a lot of them are divas. A lot of them are divas. Not all, but they can be. And listen, that was before my very first experience with Navy SEALs was 90. God, when were we on that point? 94. 94, I was on a Westpac. I was on Western Pacific. It's a float. They call it a float, right? I was with MSSG 11th MEU. And I was a comm guy, and they had us on the little ship, the LPD. So we had the Marine Infantry Boat Company, Marine Recon, both battalion and force. At the time, it was Force Recon and battalion guys and SEALs. Those were the main guys, folks on that ship. So I interacted with those guys a lot as a Lance Corporal, and they were all a bunch of Crenshaws. Me and my buddy Nord. Luckily, somebody fucking stopped us. We were in Hong Kong. We were all fucked. Everybody's fucked up, right? It's a libo port, having a blast, getting hammered. And the SEAL platoon that was on our ship is out at the same, we walk in and to this one club kind of thing, and all the SEALs are there, and they're all dancing with their shirts off. And it was like my buddy Nordhaus, who, if the old heads would know Nord, I got to get him back on. Nord's a big man. Nord's a big dude, big tough guy. I've seen him fight with like 2 times that I can think of, like that I went to actual like Nord beating somebody up kind of shit. He was like, I'm sick of these SEALs. Let's fuck them up. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. Fuck these dudes. And some NCO was like, gents, this is our first night out. If you get in a fight now, your libo is gonna be restricted for your liberty. Your libo is your free time when you pull into port. Your libo is gonna be restricted for the rest of the fucking float. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, cooler heads prevailed. Thank God. As a gay man, I can tell you guys that get on a dance floor and dance with their shirts off are gay. I mean, it definitely seemed like a fucking platoon of pooftas to me, man. How much time did I spend in the military? In uniform, I spent 15 years. But I also was a Department of the Army civilian, a federal employee, a Fed. But that's, you're a government employee for them. And that was 8 years. Do you know that term? I used to be married to a Brit way back in the day. I don't remember how long MSG was in for like 175 years. He was in the military back when Brontosaurus was an MOS. Or the fighting vehicle would probably be a better joke to that. Oh, is Shuggy in here? What's up, Shuggy? I got more seat time than KFAR does. When we were going back, when this channel, me was going back and forth with KFAR, or like did a DD214 dump, data dump. Like, oh, check it out, my seat time. I got more time underway than KFAR.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
All right. Catapult was an MOS. Yeah. You should the saddle pterodactyls. Who did I work for in the government? I worked for military intelligence. I worked for INSCOM, INJIC, technically. The national, that was my direct boss. That's where I worked. I got paid out of national, none of it matters, national security funds, but and then so it was Department of the Army. I was Intel. I did human intelligence, sources, all the shit that had to deal with sources. I also did kinetic targeting, kill capture targeting. But for the government, I did a regular warfare stuff. So that was almost all human type shit. Okay, I do want to show this. What time we got here? Okay, I got a little bit left. So, okay. I've watched those guys paint, and I was like, God, dude, we'd be getting off the ship to go get drunk, and they're like painting the fucking ship. Like, oh, sucks. Sucky job. Oh, yeah, okay. I worked for DHS a while. Never knew who you'll run into. Anyway, thanks for your service. I mean, yeah, man, cool. Yeah, no worries, dude. So if you were at DHS, I don't know. So I had a good buddy of mine. I don't know what you did there. A good friend of mine, Scott Eads. He became the Intel chief at DHS. And we were contractors together for the same program that me and Wally were on. Scott was also on that program. I don't know if he had anything to do with Intel analysis at DHS, or as Big Ern likes to call it, Department of Homeland. All right, so let's look at let's look at this. Let's pull in. Okay, so this is the thing. I got this off of GT's website. So just to show you, boom, boom, boom. Amber Brown versus Chris Reiter. Okay, have you guys seen this? Is this oh, dude, I did too. I worked at Meade too. I worked at Meade. God damn it, when did I go up there? 2012. I was up there for 6-7 years. Yeah, I worked at Meade. So our office was at the NSA mothership in Ops 1, the technical side of our office. But the IG2, our thing was human driven, and I worked on the Army side at Meade. We worked in a little small skiff. It was, people who've been around heard me talk about it too much, but it was great, dude. It was great, man. As somebody who's worked at Meade, you get this. If you show up after fucking 7, I think 6. If you show up after 7, you're gonna have to shuttle. You're gonna have to park like 2 miles away. On our side, I barely maybe overlapped just by a year. I think that's when I went up there. I gotta look. I don't know what I would look at. I gotta think about it. But yeah, so about a year. So I worked on the Army side, day to day. And dude, I could show up at 8:30 and park 50 meters from the fucking door. There was only like 25 of us that worked in this little building. Oh man, for a federal, that was great. There's another Meade dude in here. Where's Chris Farnstock? Is Chris still in here? He worked at Meade too. He worked at Meade also. Interesting, huh? Bunch of NSA people. Stay the fuck away. Fed channel doobity doo. Hey, audit, thank you. Oklahoma outlaw, rather. Here I am. God damn it, I'm fucking doing that singing bullshit. Okay. So let's go through this real quick. Okay, perfect. Just kind of roll through this. But this is I just wanted to show as a setup that Crenshaw and Shawn Ryan thing, Dan Crenshaw, Shawn Ryan, because it sounds kind of, I mean, this is a little bit more, right? But let's go through it. Plaintiff Amber Brown as adult resident. Okay. I'm skipping the parties. We're going to go statement O facts. Which, by the way, a lot of these are not facts. Yeah. I mean, that's the way to do it there. I hated having meetings over there. Luckily, it was pretty rare that I had to go over. Not rare, but I didn't have to go over there every day. Thank God. Once a week usually. But this dude worked in it. Ugh. Yeah, it also the drive up there, and this is a conversation for only 3 of us. But dude, if it wasn't just getting into the parking lot, the fucking traffic. I gotta say though, because I could park so close, I could go a little bit later. And I lived in DC when I worked up there, so I would shoot up from DC. But if I didn't leave Meade by 4:30, 4:45, it's taken me, would take me 30, 40 minutes, in the morning. Door to door would take me an hour and a half if you didn't get out in time. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
I like this woman. She got balls. I like that.
All right. So, again, this is... Okay, so back to this. Statement of facts. So if anybody cares about the Fort Meade conversation, come for the weed, stay for the Fort Meade combo. Navy techs. He was at Meade too. We had another guy who was at Meade too. Anyway, okay. Beginning, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Defendant has published multiple videos on his YouTube channel. First of all, multiple. This is a legal document. Multiple? How many? 3? 100? Published multiple videos on his YouTube channel. Again, this is not to defend Chris. Also, I don't care if you think I am. Truthfully, it doesn't. I am not. We're just going through what they are sending to him or suing him over. And other platforms. What other platforms? How is this a statement of fact? What other platforms? Falsely accusing plaintiff of criminal and professional misconduct. How is that a fact? How is it false? Has it been proven? On published a video on his For Public Safety YouTube channel, which, by the way, JJ and Direct D went and started a For Public Safety LLC. They also started Official Misconduct LLC. JJ is a weirdo. JJ is a vindictive, vengeful, same thing, weirdo. God, man, you started LLCs with Chris's name. How obsessed with this motherfucker are you guys? It's insane. Again, he's a doofus. Falsely accusing plaintiff of criminal. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Channel in which he stated as fact that plaintiff, in her capacity as a nurse, was negligent, incompetent, allowed the suffering of another person for days, and was a murderer. Defendant statements are false. I am not a murderer. Well, he does, because again, JJ is all about power. And JJ hanging out with a loser like GS or felons like Kaiser gives him power. He feels he's in an elevated status. Look how Boquist did a great video. Freeman Press X did a great video showing how JJ he gives the Finkel sprinkle. Right? How Finkel will go in and basically try and buy friendships up, right? He shows how JJ's doing it too. JJ's like, oh, I'm going to fund. One of them was funding a lawsuit against me. JJ just Billy's bowling league. He uses it over people. He goes to the camp and he doesn't just like, hey, I'll go help out. No, he's got to make a whole thing of it. Using jailhouse shit. Look at all the shit I brought. Look how great I am. Look how magnanimous I am with other people's money. You know? Anyway, okay. So yes, I agree. Amber is not a murderer. Maybe that's a fact. Defendant urged his viewers to report plaintiff to Kentucky Board of Nursing, the Office of Attorney General, and other authorities based on these false accusations. What's up, Wyatt, you crazy bastard?
It's going to get hotter. Cracker.
Hope you're doing well, Wyatt. For real. I hope you are. Yeah, with taxpayers' money. Yep. Oh, what truck did he drive? What truck did he drive? Whose gas did he use? Whose trailer? Whose equipment? Also, why is that a thing? This is if I also don't agree at all with this call flooding shit. I do not. I think it's fucking ridiculous. I think it's junior varsity as fuck. And I think it's goddamn fucking ridiculous. However, look at all of the things. Amber is trying to say she is not a public employee, like a public official, a government official. Which by technical terms, government official, I don't know, but she's a government employee. And all of that is shown by who she is saying referred to. Why the Office of Attorney General? But also, so what? I mean, yes, again, is it a nuisance? 100%. 100% a nuisance. It's not suable. It's not defamation, though. Plaintiff commented, okay, video stating, this, I'm on number 8 here. A video stating that the accusations were false and that she would consult an attorney, but the defendant continued his course of conduct. Oh, plaintiff commented. Again, where did you comment? Under what did you comment on? This is not even well written. I don't know shit about the law. I have listened to Merb and some others break down legal speak. And this should get tore the fuck up. This is, what did you comment on? Video stating that the accusations were false and that she would consult an attorney. So right away, again, she's saying, I'm going to go to authority. But the defendant continued his course of conduct. Is that an official cease and desist? You commenting? Again, it's what this just shows is crazy goddamn arrogance. Crazy arrogance. Arrogance that you think you're shielded from criticism when you're a government employee paid by government paid by taxpayers' money. Interacting with the public. It's the jail, but it's, but you're interacting with the populace. This is crazy. The arrogance to think that you just shouldn't be talked when you're on YouTube. JJ comes onto YouTube threatening to sue people. Me being one of them. I'm also one of like 10. But it's interesting, the arrogance, isn't it? But that's what this is. It's just arrogance. It's Crenshaw. It's all Crenshaw. You hurt my feelings by saying that, so I'm gonna silence you. Okay. Sorry, I went up too far. Okay, I'm on number 9. An anonymous complaint was filed against plaintiff with the Kentucky Board of Nursing. A complaint was filed directly stemming from defendant false accusations and call to action. How does she know? Also, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. I agree. That's also not defamation. Defendant has repeatedly stated on his YouTube audience as a fact that plaintiff is going to prison. How would he know that as a fact? And that his actions are sending her there. Defendant's statement is false. Defendant appeared on another YouTube channel. Which YouTube channel? What YouTube channel? Another YouTube channel stated as fact the plaintiff was involved in an incident where she was hanging out of a passenger vehicle window, unloading and shooting a gun at someone while driving down the road. How in the I can't believe you don't have enough shame to leave that out. I would, my ego would never let me. I'm like, that's so ridiculous. Called her a whore. Charmute is a much better word. Defendant possesses personal details about plaintiff, including her residence. So what? And he shared or facilitated the sharing of plaintiff's address with other YouTube channels and members of his channel. This is crazy vague. This is, no offense to bitches, this is a woman's argument. Like, so what? What channels? Who? I don't care what Debbie said. And I don't know who the fuck Jenny is. Okay? Jesus. And then Stacy said, and then Jessica was like, what? And I was like, oh. Clip it. Okay. Defendant has indirectly threatened plaintiff on his channel by stating as a fact on his channel, by the way, on his channel. He didn't spray paint it on your car. He didn't write it in soap on the jailhouse windows or some shit. He said it on his channel. Where she has been saying it as fact that she committed crimes for which she will be imprisoned. Also, you're repeating yourself. Again, sorry, women. And he has called plaintiff a whore while repeatedly bringing up her underage child. What's repeatedly? In what context? What did he say? Defendant monitors plaintiff's activity on YouTube. You're on YouTube. If you don't want him to monitor your activity on YouTube, stay off YouTube. We all, guess what? People monitor my fucking activity here. Well, probably not. I don't think anybody cares what I do. But back in the day, people would monitor. Also, I like that it threw him off that I would never go anywhere else. But defendant monitors plaintiff. Okay, if plaintiff comments on any video, defendant highlights those comments in subsequent videos about plaintiff. Oh my God. This is really unreal. Oh my God. You comment on a video, somebody screenshots it, or he probably screenshots it. He's on fucking YouTube more than almost anybody, right? Chris? Jesus, that dude's on YouTube a lot. Chris screenshots it and then talks about it. First of all, everybody does that. That is insane. Who the fuck are you? Who are you that you don't get to be? It's this power hungry couple. These Amber and JJ are bonkers. They're fucking bonkers. This shit is bonkers. There's no way. I mean, but then again, yeah, GS covers Chris every day. Killa covers Chris every day. I'm sure there's other people too, but those are the only ones that I are in my sort of coming on my radar. Probably other people too every day. I mean, this is insane. But they really, really think that they are above the law, above your criticism, and above accountability. They really believe that. And by the way, this isn't me putting words in their mouth. This is them submitting a formal lawsuit. This is their own words. You can hear how much they think they're above you and aren't accountable. And by you, I mean everybody, the populace, most importantly, the taxpayers. Holy fuck. In other videos, what other videos? How is this a statement of fact? In other videos, how many videos? What videos? On what days? Defendant has stated as fact. Is it the same videos that you mentioned before, or are there new videos? This is insane. In other videos, defendant has stated as fact, plaintiff steals drugs from her job and uses and sells them. Defendant's statement is false. I feel like that is almost the best one. Like the most, all these other ones are like, Chris Reiter called me a whore. He should be in jail. I should get $10,000 from him. Holy shit. And again, defendant statements are not made up. Ding, 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 ding. Defendant statements, fuck, I gotta go here in a minute. Defendant statements are not made directly to plaintiff, but are published directly to his audience. Defendant's statements are not made directly to plaintiff. He does not make these comments to her. Published to an audience of thousands of YouTube followers. Knowingly spreading lies and false information. This is an incredible statement of fact. This is an incredible fucking thing they put in there. It just goes to show you the arrogance they have. Defendant receives monetary compensation for every video that is published through his YouTube partnership program. Defendant also receives monetary compensation through super chat donations during his video. What fucking difference at all does it make that he makes money off of it? The whole point of defamation is damages. What damages are you proving? What damages can the court remedy here? The only damages that are your feelings, Amber. The only damages are to your feelings. The only way the court could remedy this, and by the way, this is exactly what JJ and Amber want, and GS and Finkel and the rest of them, is to squelch or extinguish Chris's First Amendment rights. Now, can your rights be violated by YouTube? No. Can your rights be violated by the government? Yes. They want to completely violate, and it's really extinguish his First Amendment right to speak about them. Also, they aren't saying that he went to their house. He's not saying he went and yelled at him. She's not saying that. She's saying on his YouTube page, and in comments, he says these things about me. There's no relief here, except for you want the court to say, Chris, you can't talk about two government employees. Well, one elected official and one government employee. You can't talk about them because you hurt their feelings. unbelievable. And by the way, GS went on a rampage last night about how he's going to take the gloves off and start digging in the asses. I don't know where he got that term from. Digging in the asses of the prosecutor and judge. How is that any different than any of this stuff? I mean, literally, how is this any different? It's all bullshit. Also, there's no need to get. I'm just commenting on it. Maybe I'm finding myself getting worked up about it, but I'm not really. I didn't really read this like through. I just skimmed through it, and it is well, yeah, because JJ's gassing him up because this lawsuit gassed up GS because now GS feels like why would JS feel secure? He's got Finkel's money, and he's got JJ's fucking access to power. Low level power, but it's still power. It's still a court system. That's what's gassing GS up. If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't do shit. He wouldn't do shit. Defendant receives monetary. Okay, we saw that. And again, has defendant's actions taking away money, monetary stuff for you? How is any of this? All of this is a list of stuff Chris Reiter has said. All of this, we are on bullet 19. Every single thing that's been a statement of fact so far is nothing but what Chris Reiter has said. Not what he's done, what he has said on his channel. Chris Reiter is a fucking nuisance and a doofus. I mean, nuisance is wrong. He's annoying. Oh boy. Guess what? I annoy the fuck out of some people too. This is crazy. This is really defendant knowingly. I see why GT is like trying to bait them into a similar lawsuit because GT wants to crush him in court. Defendant knowingly publishes because GT goes to court. GT has been involved in lawsuits. GT is not afraid of a lawsuit. Georgia Transparency is not afraid of a lawsuit. I hope he baits them into it. Defendant knowingly publishes these false statements, knowing them to be false. How do you know that? You constantly call Chris an idiot. You constantly call Chris an idiot. Maybe he just believes shit. You don't know. You don't know his fucking... And with reckless disregard for the truth, as the plaintiff has publicly disputed them. Oh, so if you dispute the criticism, then therefore you're right. And no reasonable basis exists for the accusations. There is a ton of basis. You fuck your boss. Your pay was unilaterally tripled by the boss that you fuck. Think about that. I mean, and by unilateral, what do him and Amber say every time that the clearly the bad ethical judgment it was to triple her salary? Well, the fiscal court approves it. Well, the fiscal court in video and in audit said, oh, we never approved any of this. So when I say unilaterally tripled the subordinate who he fucks, tripled her pay, he literally unilaterally did that. There was no one above him that he reported it to. He did not give it to the fiscal court. There was nobody from above who told him to do this. He started fucking one of his subordinates and then just tripled her pay. Amongst a bunch of other shit that we saw in the audit. Again, the state audit, the official state audit, not my opinion on it. I gave my opinion on it, but we saw what the audit fucking said. This is as a direct result. Okay, so here is this. This is the relief that you're seeking. As a direct result of the defendant's malicious false publications, plaintiff has suffered emotional distress. You have shown, including fear for her physical safety and the safety of her minor daughter, due to the dissemination of her private information and the incitement of his audience. Again, this does not say what it did to you. It does not say what it did to you. Suffered emotional distress is not something they did to you. This is something Chris did. You're not explaining how you suffered emotional distress. You don't think people know you have a daughter? You don't think people around Meade County? Does that cause you emotional distress that you can look your address up? What the fuck? This is I love these people, man. Oh, here we go. Claim for the okay, let's get through this because I do gotta roll. Okay. Defendant's actions have threatened plaintiff's nursing license, professional reputation, and livelihood. Oh, here we go. Okay, maybe I should have waited then. And livelihood. Okay, how? As the professional accusations have led to official investigations and potential harm to her employment as a nurse. How? Were you found? How? How? Again, Amber, you said under testimony that you have the best run jail in Kentucky. You said that. Or top 3. What'd you say? Did you say top 5? Why would you care about if somebody said that? And also, if you were so shit hot, it's okay. Let's get to the relief and then. All right. Plaintiff incorporate blah, blah, blah. Defendant statements are false, defamatory per se. There's no reference to any case law. There's no anything. There's no precedent. There's no any. I mean, I don't know how small claims court works. Maybe you don't have to put all that shit, but libelous because they falsely impugn plaintiff's integrity, competence, and honesty in her profession as a nurse. Accuse her of accuse her of criminal acts and expose her to public hatred, contempt, ridicule, and injury to her reputation. Publish these statements on a third defendant. Publish these statements on third parties via his YouTube channel and related platform. What other related platforms? Reaching thousands of viewers. Okay, who cares? Defendants acted with actual malice, reckless disregard for the falsity of the statements, given the absence of any factual basis. Plaintiff's direct denial. Plaintiff has suffered damages, including harm to her professional reputation. Can you prove that? Because really what it shows, by the way, your testimony under oath said that you're the best fucking nurse. You said you deserve more, that you're the best fucking nurse that ever LPN'd. You keep getting exorbitant pay raises from the boss that you fuck. You keep getting pay raises. What harm to your reputation has a lumbering doofus's words had on you? This doesn't even make fucking sense. So you can't have it both ways. You are either getting extreme raises because you're so fucking good, which by the way, you still are, or it caused fucking harm to your reputation. And then how did it cause harm to your reputation? This is a government official suing somebody. And by the way, if Chris has done other shit, it's not in here. If Chris has done other shit, it is not in here. So just going based off of this is literally it is power, the power structure coming down, just like Crenshaw's trying to do on Shawn Ryan, the power structure coming down on one individual. And power structure doesn't mean big YouTube channel versus little YouTube channel. It means government. the government power structure, which JJ and Amber are a part of. Very much so. And want you to know that by threatening all these fucking lawsuits and shit. It's coming down on one individual. Again, Chris Reiter is an imperfect fucking victim. I get it. He can be unlikable to people for sure. He doesn't specifically bother me, but I also don't watch him or really interact with him a ton unless he's in here. So, but none of that shit's in here. This all of the statement of facts, the 21 statement of facts, were all Chris said shit and hurt your feelings. You're looking for compensatory damages. Am I saying I'm saying it wrong? Or whatever. Damages in the amount of $10,000 for harm to your reputation, emotional distress, and other losses. Again, so pay me 10 grand. You shut the fuck up. You pay me 10 grand. Now go about your way. Punitive damages for defendant's malicious conduct. What? How is that? Again, why? What are you punishing him for? Injunctive relief, enjoining defendant from further publish. Here we go. From further publishing defamatory statements about plaintiff and requiring removal of existing defamatory content. Exactly what Dan Crenshaw demanded of Shawn Ryan. Cost of this action. Trial by jury on all issues so triable. This is really incredible. It's just it's really pretty amazing to see, isn't it? And this I always kind of had this feeling about those two, and I wasn't like exaggerating. I mean, I was exaggerating my animation for effect a little bit, but I was like, I don't give a fuck about these two. But it's really interesting. And then when I saw the Dan Crenshaw thing, I was like, oh shit, that's like kind of a direct correlation, right? It's not, correlation is the wrong word again, but it's like metaphor, analogy. Yeah, there you go. For what's going on. They want to really want to use this to, again, you're not going to believe that two government officials who want to enrich themselves again and some more, like they did with a truck that they don't pay property tax on or insurance on or gas for or anything like that. But he can drive all over the place. Compensate because they're on duty 24/7, 365. According to boss bitch Amber. Amber, who does your evaluations? I have no idea who does what at the jail. I have no idea who gives my evaluation. I have no idea why I got a 33% fucking raise one year. I have no idea. I have no idea why I get raises above the national average for my career and region. I don't know why. I'm a boss bitch. Daddy didn't raise no food. Yeah. They just want to stop Chris from exposing them. Maybe they should take a long look at themselves and their behavior. Also, guess what? You know how you stop Chris Reiter from exposing you? Quit engaging with him. Who gives a fuck? Also, don't do bad shit. The problem that they're having now is they got. I mean, say what you will about Chris, but he can be tenacious with this shit, seemingly. And GT is definitely tenacious. And GT is gone to court, so he is. Yeah, that was on her low end. That was on the low end of the raises that she got. Not 9. It was usually 11, 13. 1 year, again, 1 year 33. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, all right, perfect. Boom. Sorry, I gotta go do this thing. Take care of this guy. There's no such thing as mafia, Bernsey. All right, guys. Kind of unceremonious in there, but yeah, that's all I got. Really cool. I kind of like this stuff. Well, here's what I will say about this. About Courtney Compton. I don't know your. Sorry, I don't know your name. Amber is only an LPN, but she's getting RN pay. It's not right. The amount of her pay is not something that, if somebody's getting their bag, they're getting their bag. If they're overcompensated, it's not really. I mean, it is. She's overcompensated as a government employee. That does mean something. And then it starts to mean something when her boss, by the way, who she fucks, unilaterally gives her those raises, and unilaterally, without any fucking oversight, without any fucking authority given by the fiscal court. Okay, cool. Hold on, guys. Hold on just 2 seconds. Okay, sorry. It sure feels like it. It sure feels like it. And I don't care if you're in the corporate world. What job have you ever had where if a boss in 100% colleagues that worked in different offices all the time? Like if say Amber worked at the courthouse, and let's pretend that JJ wasn't in charge of giving her pay raises or her evals. Then who cares? Who gives a fuck if the elected jailer is fucking the court clerk? Nobody gives a shit. When a boss is fucking a direct subordinate and was he giving everybody in the jail those same amount of pay raises? Was that happening? Raises are cheaper than child support. But again, Muckster, the funny part about that dude is, right, it's how he uses the truck and doesn't have to pay. You're like, well, I'm not taking any money. Well, okay, but you're also not having to pay property tax. You're also not having to pay insurance. You're also not having to pay gas. You're not having to pay tires. You're not having to pay maintenance. Well, I'm not paying child support, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, that's the wrong way, but he is using taxpayer money basically to pay child support, right? Through the raises. Through the fucking raises. I can't tell. You usually have a funny one. Is that me doing something in your Avi?
Ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me? Major Tom!
Major Tom has been coming in muy motherfucking caliente. Con Dios, mi embraces gratis. Right? I don't know why I wanted to use it. Tom Donovan 15. This is Freelancer 37. Roger. What's your payload, Tom? We are full payload. We are full Gatling, full Hellfire. Roger that. We got a couple of corrupt yokels buried in like ticks down there. Roger that. We'll shake them loose up here. You guys bag them and tag them down there. Sounds like a plan. Tom Donovan, your wings level cleared, motherfucking hot. Ruin my thing. Go!
Good luck, motherfucker.
I'm trying to give you guys a place to go.
Never go with a hippie to a second location.
Good shooting, Tom. Ground team moving in. 50 cal is what we in the industry like to refer to as live. Doofus, corrupt doofus, snipe in place. Roger that. Take that shot. Good shooting, Tom. Thank you very much, as always. But you know the drill. You know the drill.
So we're
Tommy! You ain't getting your TV back! And fuck you!
Fuck you, Tom Donovan. Thank you, Tom. Generous como siempre. That's Spanish for thanks. No, nobody's a target. I don't know. I just like using different drops. I was using the other ones too much earlier, so I was trying to mix it up.
I feel like I'm talking to a retarded child.
Oh, the irony of doing that with a Wyatt chat up. That's a retard joke. Anyway, okay. All right, enjoy. Go to, if you want to see this, if you want to see the lawsuit, the paperwork on that lawsuit that they submitted, I don't know what this is. Notice of small claims court. I don't know if that's what if they call it that. I mean, but you can go look it up on Georgia Transparency's. If you go to his post, it's like the third or fourth one down. There's a link to it. He also has a website that he posts this on. I'm assuming it's just Georgia Transparency. I should have looked it up, but you can guys look up this stuff yourself. It's interesting to see, isn't it? I mean, this is really, and I like the juxtaposition against the Crenshaw thing because it shows. I mean, all of these people are weirdly foaming at the mouth to get at Chris, which fine, it's YouTube. You know, people were doing it for Kaiser too, and I probably contributed to a bit of the Kaiser shit myself. But this is really interesting. It's an interesting legal document because it literally just says he hurt my feelings. Also, it never once says that he did anything but say anything. None of that. The 21 things are all state as fact that Chris said things. That Chris said things. Do I agree with the call flooding? No, I don't. I don't at all. At the fuck off. Do I really condone or agree with almost anything Chris Reiter does? No, I do not. But anyway, to be clear, Chris sued Todd for the same thing and it wasn't bullshit, but this is okay. Cool, Todd. Chris brought a bunch of this on himself. I do actually agree with that. But I agree. Also, I don't think these guys should be doing any of it. I think it's all bullshit. I think what Chris is doing to Todd, listen, I fucking dislike Todd. I dislike Todd. But what Chris is doing to him, the same way as what JJ's trying to do to Reiter. What Chris is trying to do to Todd, Chris is not the government. Chris doesn't have access to power or any of that shit. So it is different in that sense. But yeah, none of it's okay. Anyway, all right, I'm hungry. I gotta go anyway. I gotta roll, even though my time did get pushed back. Oh, perfect. 147. We got 34 good motherfuckers in here. We're probably, I'm sure, because we're talking Meade County as the Meade County world turns. We probably got a couple.
Oh my holy crap. Surveillance does. I hate those.
Fucking hate those. But
what are you gonna do?
The fuck are you gonna do? Oh, all right, let's finish. This probably get over 18. And again, good. Kids shouldn't be watching this shit anyway. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Later.
I want you to take the Frankenstein shit, the deer shit, the green monster, the bling, and the bling bling. And I want you to roll it all into one joint.
Which kills.
Here.
I'm good.
Racist.
No one's ever been brave enough to try that.
One man is. Roll it.
Not feeling super confident about this plan.
Here. Racist.
I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck.